Hey guys, what's going on? Daily Tactics here. Right before this video begins, real quick, I just wanted to tell you that that giveaway that I was doing last weekend has been extended into Sunday, December 30th. Just in the spirit of the holidays, we decided to give away 7 more Men of War Assault Squad 2 keys, so every night you have a chance to win one. All you got to do is join my Overtone team, link in the description below, and you are automatically entered to win. Every night I will run all the names in the list through a random generator and come up with a name and then send you the key if you win. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video to come. Sunday the 30th will be when the last key is given away. I hope you all have a happy holidays and enjoy the video. Hey guys, what's going on? Daily Tactics here, and I am back with a classic battle here, the Battle of Hoth. Easily one of the most epic, large-scale invasion battles of Star Wars. The opening scene of Empire Strikes Back. Well, not really opening scene, but, opening idea. And God, it is just a battle that lives on in infamy in my mind. I love it so much. So we are doing this battle today. We have the Hoth snowtroopers here, along with some death troopers, because I thought I'd sprinkle in a little variety here and there. And we've got some of these weird tanks. I've never seen these before, but they are in the mod. And then, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. They're like AT-TTs or something like that. They've got like little rapid fire turrets. They zoom around on what seems to be wheeled feet. Um, I don't know, they're in the mod, they look pretty cool, I thought we'd use them. Then we've also got a few of these TX-130Ss over here, a staple of the Imperial Army from Star Wars Battlefront 2. And then we have one AT-AT over here, the absolute behemoth of the Imperial Army. These things are tough, they're rough, and they will blow everything down. So that is the attacking Imperial force. And then the Rebel defense here is gritty, it is powerful, and it will stop the Empire, I think. I don't know, maybe not. But as we can see, they've got lines of trenches, they've got spiked defensive positions here. They've got bunkers, they've got these turrets, they've got troopers everywhere. Then they also have 3 of these light tanks here. These things will do some damage to the Imperials as they march forward. The Imperials will need to take these out quickly. But yeah, it's just rows and rows of trenches and men all set up aggressively in this epic defense. It seems like there was a crash landing here earlier on. But yeah, I think it should be a really, really cool battle. I still need to man this turret. Whoops. Let's just toss this guy in there. But yeah, I think it should be really cool. I hope you guys do enjoy this video. Please hit that like button if you end up liking it, and I'll be right back and we can start this battle. Alright guys, here we go. We're going to press start and the Imperials should start walking forward here, and that they are. The AT-AT, for some reason, is not, but I'm sure it'll catch up once the battle starts. These little dudes scooting around, I think their legs are supposed to move, but let's just say the Imperials tricked them out with wheels on the bottom. There are a few runners, but just not too many, so I'm not going to bother to stop them. The rest of the Imperial Army is marching forward as planned. The rebels letting them come very, very close here, and then the tank here starts firing away and taking out already a few of these smaller walking vehicles here. Imperial troopers that were running ahead getting gunned down on the ice here quite quickly. Rebel trenches fully firing away. A few of them getting suppressed early, though. Not a good thing to see. They need to be on top of their A game here, but I don't think the real big defense starts until this trench line right here, which is actually under heavy assault from this TX-130S. Lots of Rebel troopers already going down. Their rocket troopers are working on taking it out. Now it does seem, and they're getting a lot of shots on it. I don't think this thing will be alive for very much longer, but the more damage it can do, the better off the Imperials will be. We'll see Rebel troopers firing into the oncoming Imperial army here as they waltz on forward, working their way up. It looks like they had one failed assault previously with a AT-AT that went down right there. We're seeing explosions going off, taking out wide amounts of Imperial soldiers here. It seems like the right side is doing actually fairly decently compared to the rest of the army. It's still in good standing here and still managing to come forward against these trench lines here. But the left over here for the Imperials isn't doing nearly as well. They're taking more losses, and the Rebel trenches are doing a fantastic job of slowing those men down. This is a very ragtag defense over here, lots of scattered Rebel soldiers, so I think it'll be guerrilla tactics, which you guys know is just my favorite kind of tactics. It is the tactics of daily, the daily tactics. But yeah, this TX-130S is still alive. My goodness, does this thing just like not die? Y'all need to get to work on this, Bad Larry. Here, there's a rocket trooper right here. My man. Just, you gotta pop this one. Uh-oh. It's, it's rotating. Yep, okay, bye. I'm gonna let them deal with that. It's not my job. But we can see the Imperials are crossing over the river here and just getting hit by heavy artillery fire. They are firing their weapons out, though they're managing to get a lot of Rebel kills here and there, which is very good for them. But the losses are mounting as would be expected in a grand scale battle like this. Over here, the Imperials are doing a fantastic job. These Rebel trenches, for some reason, the soldiers are just getting suppressed. Very few of them are popping up to actually fight, and when they do, they pop right back down, choosing not to fight instead. And these Imperials are almost on top of them. They're going to have to do some close range attacks pretty soon. We've also got these little three dudes holding their own over here. They see that yummy chicken. They want that chicken, but first they got to finish the battle. That was the rule. That's what Luke told them. Oh, this little gunner that was up here on this hill died. I was kind of rooting for him. I liked him. He didn't really stand a chance, though. I'm assuming this thing is dead. I haven't seen it fire in quite a while. Yeah, it's dead. It's toasted. Too bad. Oh, particle turret taking on some fire from that TX-130S, which is still not dead. You know, I'm kind of thinking it might be broken. If it hasn't died at this point, let's try hitting it with a nice little shell here. Why won't you turn? Alright, well, we hit him. It didn't seem to do much. Huh. Here, let's get this guy forward. Maybe he can do a little something. Oh, this turret has gone down. That's a pretty big loss for the Rebels. They need to keep their turrets up. Alright, we'll keep firing at that thing, guy. We'll see if that can do anything. But the infantry of the Imperials is making the dangerous cross over the ice. This is tough because there's barely any cover over that ice, so they're highly susceptible to a lot of Rebel fire, and they are taking some losses here, especially those big explosions going off. But the Rebels having trouble keeping up fire against such a large chunk of men, so anytime they really get a lot of fire out, the Imperials just sort of launch a barrage of laser fire back at them, and they immediately lose tons and tons of men. This little section of Death Trooper, Snow Trooper action over here is doing fantastically. It looks like a few guys tried to get very far forward and got cut down, but these guys are making it to the trenches here. Possibly the first to cross the river? Nope, these snowtroopers over here are, and it looks like they tried to take this trench, and they succeeded, but then lost all of their troopers to the opposing rebels on the other side, and took heavy losses because of that, and now they're sort of stalling out on the ice here. Down in the middle, these guys doing a great job. I expect good things from them. This particle turret still launching away at these poor Imperial soldiers as they try and cross over. This thing needs to be taken out pretty soon. This TX-130S is still alive. I don't understand. Its siren is going off at the very least, so we'll just leave it alone. Either way, Rebel troopers over here now fully getting attacked. They're getting grenaded too. That's not very good. They're having to get dislodged from their positions. That's never a good thing when you're in this kind of combat. Ooh, this guy managed to yeet that grenade back at the Rebels before he went down. But yeah, this whole defensive line is getting butchered. This mortar is still alive here, though, and that could be very effective. It seems like it's gotten quite a number of Imperial kills, so the sooner the Imperials take out these heavier defensive structures, the better off they'll certainly be. They finally did manage to take out this heavy turret up here, which is a very good thing. Alright, this TX-130S has to be broken. I'm just going to delete it from the battlefield. Sometimes that does happen where the vehicles refuse to die. Here's this AT-AT though, and it is pouring on fire down below at these rebels in this main trench line, which has already taken heavy losses from that TX-130S. It does not need to be taking any more losses, but it will before the battle's over. Yeah, that TX-130S was clearly broken. The rebels had hit it with everything they had. It should have died by then, so I think deleting it was just a confirmation that it is dead. Huge grenade going off right there. Took out a whole ton of Imperials. Whoever threw that was a great throw. These smaller turrets getting hit very, very hard, and they're going down heavily. This mortar's still alive, though. I don't think it has the range to attack these guys down here, so it is basically out of commission for the rest of the battle. More troopers back here, still alive, still kicking. The Imperials are going to have to come through this choke point here where I suspect they'll take a lot of losses. What are you getting hit by? What are those big explosions from? Oh, I think it's this tank over here. The AT-AT should certainly be turning its attention to that tank to try and wipe it out, but I don't think it sees it maybe. And so lots of Imperial soldiers over here getting hit hard by that. These Imperials over here have completely stopped their attack as they managed to clear this first bunker like we saw. Actually, this second bunker over here is almost fully intact, and it has killed quite a number of Imperials. But this second line of defense here has totally stalled out the Imperial attack over here. Alright. Well, it seems like the real hope is this left side over here now, as the right has been stalled out completely and nothing is really happening. The rebel defense is very strong, and it is doing its job quite well. This AT-AT is stuck, so I'm just going to help it out by just rotating it and letting it come forward here. I do believe it just got kind of caught on those rocks, so just to help it out a smidge. Oh my god, look at the huge amount of Imperial losses out here on the ice. That is brutal. Brutal way to die. Now the AT-AT is coming forward to assist the last remaining Imperial troopers as they try to get forward here and continue their assault, which has been very tricky, as we know. But we're seeing massive explosions going off still. The Imperials aren't quite donezo yet. They've got a little bit more fight left in them. This AT-AT really rebirthing their attack here, I think. But we shall see. We shall see if they can pull it together in the end here and make this attack really come through and happen. I ain't fully sure if it will, but yeah, there's always hope, I suppose. Always is that little spark of hope for the Imperials. Either way, we're seeing some awesome action shots here as Imperial soldiers fight off rebels. That big ol' AT-AT in the background fighting away as well. This is quite cinematic, quite epic if I do say so myself. And lots of rebels in this middle trench line going down. The right side seems to be a bit better intact, but the left side has been ravaged by Imperial fire altogether. Looks like the AT-AT up here might have started targeting that mortar, and I think it got it. I think you can stop shooting at it now, because it is certainly dead. A few Imperials up here managing to make it up that cliffside. Let's see what's happening on the right here, just real quick. This tank still firing away. It seems to be attacking over here. I don't know why it's doing that, but oh well. A few Imperials seem to still be trying to make the attack up here and are getting gunned down before they can really do anything. This rebel defense over here ended up being a lot tighter than I thought it would be, and it's just crushing it. Where'd that second TX-130S go, actually? I don't think I ever saw it. It must have exploded completely. I must have totally missed that, I guess, but yeah, still lots of Imperials left alive. We can see on the minimap at the top left, red are the Imperials, blue are the rebels. The right side over here still has a surprising amount of Imperials left alive, I gotta say. But I don't know if they'll be able to take this position. The left has worn out the rebels completely. They're really struggling now. This AT-AT is pouring on fire where there aren't any rebels. Buddy, why don't you fire at somewhere where there are rebels? There you go, buddy. Now he's going to start actually attacking like a normal tank would, but there's still some Imperial troopers over here. Not a lot, though. They need reinforcements, but they're not going to get any. This is what they've got in this battle. If the rebels manage to take victory here, then they take victory. But at the moment, the Imperials are being completely stalled out and having just a ton of trouble. This AT-AT is now fully attacking this one position over here, managing to get a few kills, I imagine, but maybe not the best way to go about it. They should be attacking this trench line over here, but I'm not gonna dilly-dally over there. These troopers over here, losses are mounting. They're having a real struggle bus today. It's tough for these Imperials. We do see that there is actually a good amount right here, and they might start launching an attack over the walls here. Looks like a few have tried, but like that guy right there, just get cut down by the swath of rebels before they can really do anything. What is this tank doing? Why don't you target these guys over here, or at least start maneuvering that way? Cause, all right, yeah. Let's try and get it to like walk this way, maybe. Get it to actually do something productive with its life. At the moment, it is not doing anything. But yeah, we can see it's at least starting to attack the main trenches over here instead of nobody over here, because there wasn't like literally no troopers over here, and yet it was still attacking over that way. Still a few rebels left alive over here, not too many. The Imperials have done a pretty good job on this left side with the assistance of that AT-AT. And these guys are continuing to skirmish with the main line of trenches. They just don't have that many men to lead a full-on assault, and that's why they have the AT-AT here, pouring down some fire onto the defensive position over here. Trying to soften it up, I guess, for the main infantry act to go on in there. It's getting a few kills. It's really sticking to this side over here where there aren't a lot of troopers. It should be attacking the middle bit over here where there are a lot of troopers, but it's not really. In fact, it's just completely missing shots as well. That thing is terrible. Whoever's driving it must be like drunk or something. Either way, more Imperial forces still over here, just chilling next to this completely downed AT-AT here. It seems like they have lost heart in their assault and don't really want to continue forward with it. But they're chilling. You know, they're doing their thing. Getting a nice little screenshot here. Maybe that'll be the thumbnail. We'll see. But yeah, the left side seems to be where the actual assault is still occurring, yet very, very slowly, as the Imperials have just taken so many losses at this point. They don't have much left to actually attack with. It's real tough out here these days to be an Imperial. This is not going like the actual Battle of Hoth went. Instead, this is brutally terrible for the rebels. They are getting a lot of shots off at this AT-AT, and those things can go down to infantry fire. In fact, infantry fire, if congested enough like this at one target, sorry, concentrated, not congested, it can do a lot of damage, and it can wipe out an AT-AT relatively quickly, so this thing needs to watch out. But it's choosing to fire at really just like single troopers over here. I mean, yes, you've ravaged this part of the camp over here, bud, but look at all the soldiers over here. Why aren't you attacking them? I will never know. Either way, the Imperial troopers on the ground have really just stopped their assault altogether. Barely any soldiers really picking it up to move. A few troopers over here getting some shots down, I guess, but overall not a lot happening. They're still firing away. They're still doing their work. What is this AT-AT doing, buddy? Now it's getting hit by rockets. This rocket trooper having a field day, hitting the legs. Nice work, bud. All right, you know, turn it around. Turn it around. I don't know what you're doing. The AI is glitching. Try and go that way. Yeah, there we go. Now he actually almost hit some of his own troopers over here. This is the worst AT-AT of all time. But at least this this trench line is going down. This trench line is still full. I don't think they've taken like a single loss over here. These guys are in a primo position, and now this tank is actually firing at the AT-AT. That doesn't bode well. Having tank resistance against your main tank is not a good thing. And its head is doing a little shaky. Oh man, I gotta say I'm starting to chalk this up to an Imperial loss here, as their infantry is barely able to move forward. Any movement they're doing is completely just crawling forward, and then getting gunned down when they get to the objective point. Meanwhile, their tank's not doing anything. These guys over here haven't even attacked in ages. It's looking pretty rough, I gotta say. Yeah, not good indeed. Not good indeed. Yeah, what are you doing, dude? Are you just like shaking? How about you target this tank over here? How about you do that? You do something productive with your life. I'm like a bad mother, goading this thing into fighting. Oh, it got distracted from attacking the tank, and it's now once again attacking this trench line, which I guess is a good thing. At least it's doing something productive. Taking out a few rebels here and there, but not that many ultimately. This is the worst AT-AT of all time. Oh my god. Meanwhile, like I said before, Imperial ground troopers not really doing much. Let's try and get them to move forward a little bit here. Get them into a bit more of an attack. So let's get an assault going. I do this when the video starts to kind of die down and we don't really see much action at all. So we're going to have a full Imperial assault here. A few men making the charge forward. A couple actually getting to the objective point here. Getting some fire down on the rebels. Ooh, big grenade coming in from the rebels right there. But they tossed their own. Managed to dislodge that trooper. They should get him killed. But, yep, there they go. They do manage to get that. This middle trench line is finally falling at the really the goading of me. But it's what the Imperials should have been doing this whole time, but instead they don't. Sometimes the AI just makes me so annoyed in these battles. They really do. I think this tank was actually destroyed, by the way. Alright, let's get a similar assault going over here. These troopers need to come forward. They need to mount over the defenses over here, so they're getting into this trench finally. They're under heavy fire, but they're returning a little bit of fire. They're working on it. This was the big push they needed to do. Actually, they needed to do this when they had enough men to actually make this push, but now, with so few troopers, it's kind of futile. At least they're getting some shots off. At least they're maybe killing a few rebels here and there, hopefully. But all in all, they're just getting slaughtered in this trench line, I would say, to little or no effect. Yeah, it seems like the majority of Imperials over here are finally actually pushing forward, with the help of me, of course. Should we move this AT-AT over this way? I guess. Get it to actually attack that other trench line over there. This thing is being a real derp. Not doing a lot of good, I gotta say. Yeah, this Imperial assault over here is all but done. There's like one guy left in this trench line over here. There's a few outside of it. Why don't we get them into the trench, and then maybe with this AT-AT pushing over here, we might be able to solidify a position over here. It's getting a few crack shots down on these troopers. We see one big shot coming in. Took out a couple of them. Just a few. Another big shot coming in. But they need to like quadruple their output of fire. At least some Imperial soldiers also moving in over here. They still have to assault actually this indoor bit of the map over here too, which is pretty locked down as well. So I'm gonna say the rebels probably have victory here. Of course, the AT-AT is always a game changer, but I don't know. I don't know if it can do it. To be honest, once it gets over here, there's a lot of rocket troopers left alive over here. They will be firing pretty heavily at it. Although there's some big shots coming in from the AT-AT. It's managing to get a good number of kills, concussing a few troopers. Now these soldiers in these trenches, though, are firing at some of the oncoming Imperial infantry as they move forward. This is a mess of a battle for the Imperials, honestly. This AT-AT has been highly disappointing to me. It could have shined, but instead it was terrible. But yeah, more soldiers coming forward here for the Imperials. This is really the last of their army here. Actually, a few of them backpedaling. They could be heading towards the objective, which is this indoor hangar bay area, so we might see an attack in there, though a few still choosing to march forward this way instead. So they're splitting their forces here. Not the greatest idea, but we'll see if it pays off. AT-AT is real in a struggle boat now. If it falls over, it does die. Keep that in mind. So we'll see if that happens. Oh my God! You guys weren't supposed to use the ejector seats, lads. Okay, that's the end of the AT-AT here. Looks like the rebels did her in. That'll explode in some time. But now it's just up to this Imperial infantry, which is already getting thwacked by these rebels' trenches over here. They're attacking around this downed ship. Let's see, did anyone end up attacking over this way? I don't think so. Actually, I think the troopers got a bit distracted. Let's see if a squad can't take this inner building. I kind of wanted to see that in this battle. So there's maybe 9-10 men in here. Pretty loose defense. Not a ton of cover for them, but they're taking up what they can. So let's see if these Imperials can't manage to really do anything. They're entering in. They're already getting hit by these rebels. They're throwing grenades. They're getting a few kills, but overall, they're getting pretty crushed. Lots of grenades going out. Actually, that was a ton of grenades. That took out a ton of Imperials. Yeah, these rebel soldiers are crushing these Imperials. They're getting a few kills, though. Alright. I wouldn't say that they'll win this, but, I mean, these two soldiers can certainly try, I guess. Imperials over here. I mean, it's a lost cause at this point. Yeah, this thing did break. It's dead. It's kaputs. Alright, let's get a final attack on this hangar, which is the rest of the Imperials. Might as well give it a shot. It's something to do with the soldiers. Looks like they're actually kind of heading that way on their own anyway. That trench line is impossible to take. We're not going to manage to. This soldier being a mad derp right there. This guy firing off with his machine gun like a boss. He manages to get that kill, maybe? He did. Nice. Where are the rest of those Imperials? They're still derping around out here. Guys, I gave you one simple order and you can't follow it? By God. Alright, there's like 5 others right here too. So we'll just get these guys fully attacking here. That machine gunner gets picked off by a nice little round from this rebel who's hiding behind this thing. He's got a sniper rifle. Maybe not the best weapon for this scenario, but we'll see what he does with it. Imperials coming forward. A few death troopers, a few snow troopers. A good mix here. They're coming on in here. This rocket trooper not really reacting at all. Oh God, you're gonna get killed by your own grenade. Yep, you are. Alright, but the rebels... This is such an easy defense for them. The Imperials are being so dumb, but yet the rebels are still falling. There's only 2 more soldiers left alive against probably 10 Imperials. Oh, this death trooper's still alive too. This one guy's a rocket trooper. He can only use his pistol basically at this close of range. But he still manages to get kills with it. This guy's got an EE-3 blaster. He's tossing grenades. He goes down. This last rebel gets domed in the face. The Imperials managed to take the hangar. But they've got like 10 guys left. Let's just shoot them out this way, I guess. Oh no. Are they all stuck? I think they all got themselves stuck. Alright, you know what? That's the end of this battle here. This is literally all the Imperials that remain, is like these 10 guys right here. Pathetic assault. And then these rebels over here did a great job. Their defense was so solid. The only losses they took were basically due to the AT-AT as it came forward. We can check out the losses here. Keep in mind that when explosions do go off, lots of troops end up disappearing their bodies, so there might be like a little bit more troopers dead than are actually portrayed here. But as we can see, the yellow are the Imperials, red are the rebels. Rebels took a lot of losses here, but the Imperials, their losses were 10 times that probably, including vehicles and all that good stuff. It was a brutal battle here. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Come and subscribe if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.